Welcome to the Perpetual Tourist. This is one of our practical traveler episodes where we're going to do our last day of planning because I leave on Tuesday. This is Friday, Tuesday of next week I leave. On vacation to Danang. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to do a little planning today. And then so anyone that tunes in and thinks they're seeing a travel episode today, no, I'm just trying to come up with a little branding differentiation so you can tell you're not going to be watching a travel episode. You're going to be watching a planning episode. But oh goodness, you can see me in my kitchen. Let's get me to let's get me to an exotic locale.
I like your kitchen though.
I do too, actually.
Your kitchen is exotic to me. It's located in Vietnam. So
that's true. It is in Vietnam. But this is going to be a planning episode, so we're not actually going to be traveling anywhere. So that's okay with people. I'm Wesley Green, and I'm joined by Scott Smith and Erica Baker. We are all here to plan.
all your favorite stars.
All your favorite stars. That's right. Before we start to get into the planning this is again for Danang and Hoi An. Before we get into the planning, I wanted to do some, I guess you call it housekeeping, just on what other episodes, because we're going to every full day of travel, we're going to be showing what we're doing and tourist sites and stuff, and that's what the show is all about. But I always feel like it's fun to show some of the other parts of travel, which is why we're doing the planning episodes now. So I wanted to get you guys' input on this, because it may just be because I like to travel, and so I think everything is exciting about it, but it really doesn't make all that good of an episode. So one thing was a lot of the other YouTube travel episodes, which I've always rolled my eyes at, travel channels, they will have episodes where they show how to pack your luggage, and I'm like, really, do people not know how to pack their luggage? So I've resisted doing that. But for our theme of doing everything live, I could show what I usually do with packing, which is throw everything in a bag 10 minutes before I'm supposed to leave. So we could do that on Tuesday, because my train leaves out Tuesday night at, what time did I say? 9:10. I hope it's 9:10. Let me look at the calendar while you respond to that. What do you think about that?
Oh, that we should watch you chuck a bunch of stuff into a bag and be like, I wonder if I got everything, and then hit the road. Yeah. I think that's a great idea. It'll be very realistic, very lifelike, because you are alive, and that is what you're doing.
That is right. And also, I have done the try to pack the day before sort of thing, and that I don't feel like that works very well. First off, if you're going for more than a few days, you already are guessing at what the weather is going to be, which is should be guiding your packing. So you're I
don't know. I'm an over planner, and I will absolutely look at weather reports, and then I'll pack a couple of wet things, not wet, but wet weather kind of things. And I don't think anywhere you're going to be going over there is going to be cold. So you just have stuff that's flowy enough, unless it was maybe breezy. So you'd have an overshirt thing, some t-shirts.
I mean, it might get down to 20 in the evenings. That's about as cool as it's going to get.
Yeah, so that's still just a little, a cute little button up over a t-shirt and some khakis. But yeah, I would plan that out, and then all the medicines that I would take with me.
Well, here's what I will probably do. Yeah, you would have a special luggage for that. Here's what I will probably do. I'll probably set up, instead of going through, I won't go through and show you all the things I'm going to wear on the trip, because I work until 8 and the train leaves at 9:10. So sometime between 8 o'clock and 9:10, we've got to start an episode and throw everything into a bag and then call a car. So I'm not going to go through every piece of clothing that I have and show it to the camera and be like, I like this outfit. It would be great if we, at some point in the future, if we have that time to do that kind of thing for a luggage packing episode. But probably I'm just going to take all the stuff and fold it up, and we'll just have a quick discussion as I chuck everything into a bag, and then I'll just call the car, and we'll as part of it we'll head over to the train station, because I assume people haven't seen Vietnamese rail lines. Most people haven't. So it'd be cool to get over to the station and see what that looks like, and get on the train and sign off pretty quickly, because, like I said, the train leaves at 9:10, so I'll be going to sleep shortly after that. But that was my thought. What do you think? Is there any interest in doing that episode? Am I just being silly, or should we do that one?
Well, I
I
mean,
like the idea of going with you from where you're at all the way till there. You should do like a good night, everyone, and then like go to sleep in your. That's it. But you can't turn the lights off, I guess, because there's other people in there with you. Good night, everyone. Click.
I got a sleeper, so yeah, I'll be turning the lights off. Someone.
So you what? It like you control your lights in your area or something, or?
Well, you get a room. I've booked a 4-berth. There's 6 and 4-berth cabins, so I've booked a 4-berth. So I'll be in there with 3 other people, or 0 other people. It's going to help. I mean, it's a holiday, so I imagine it'll be full. So I'll be in there with other people, and there's a general time that they ask you to turn the lights off. But each bed or each bunk has its own little personal, reading light that you can keep on if you want to do. If you just want to stay up and read or something.
Okay, so you can be a little dramatic with it and be like, "Good night, everyone."
Yes.
Or be an asshole.
And then there's a cabin
light. Through the power of television, you could also like record what you're planning to take and putting into a bag, and then edit it later and put it out later, rather than necessarily doing it live.
Yeah, that's true. I personally, the packing episodes that focus on here's how to pack your luggage, that's what I find. That's just filler. I don't really know why people do them. I guess someone out there doesn't know how to pack their luggage, and so that's useful for someone. But I'd probably just say nasty things to those people. So,
oh,
your packing sucks. Kick rocks, beach.
Get good.
Get good.
Sorry, guys. I've had a cold. I've had a cold this week. Actually, mostly just a cough and a congested chest. So if I go into coughing fits, please forgive me. I should be drinking water. Anyway, yeah. So to be honest, for me, the main point of doing that would be the trip to the train station to show the train. So we would be kind of putting it under the guise of this trend of let me show you how to pack your luggage videos, but really it would be let me show you how to throw things into a bag in the last 10 minutes, because that's what I usually do. I mean, I can either do it a week ahead of time when I have time and not put the right stuff in for the weather, or I can put it in hurriedly right before I leave. But what I do, though, I always have a list of what I'm going to put in there. So it's not like I'm going, oh, gosh, I can't think of anything. It's just physically putting it in there and making sure I got that the stuff I'm carrying is right for the weather. Anyway, okay, so let's do that, and we'll just see how it goes. Actually, that's probably the best way to do it, is just do a test run. And if we go, boy, that was a dumb episode, then we won't do it again. I won't do it again, I promise. Other episodes, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
That's what we usually do. It's like, oh, that was awful, but we won't do that again.
I mean, that's how you learn not to do things that you shouldn't do or shouldn't have done. So the second one I can think of is the trip between Danang and Hoi An. I feel like that's one to just take a break, because we'll be doing 4 days in Danang, and then I have to spend a day getting between the two. The only interesting thing really about that, I mean, it's just a bus ride. So the only interesting thing really would be seeing the hotel, arriving at the hotel. That would give us an episode to actually look at the place in Hoi An, which could be interesting. But it would be almost impossible to plan ahead of time. So it would probably be an impromptu episode, or just not scheduled ahead. because bus schedules are a little unpredictable. That sounds strange because it's a schedule, but most of the bus services, especially when it's a short distance like that, most of them just, at least in Southeast Asia, they just have the route. And if you walk up to the station, they're fairly busy. So if you walk up to the station and say, "Give me a ticket," and they go, "Okay, get on that bus," and then you get on the bus and you just wait for the bus to fill up, and then when it does, it takes off. And the other end of the spectrum is the nicer buses, which don't. You go get the ticket, and they'll tell you the correct time when you get the ticket, but you don't really want to rely on stuff posted online because they just change it too much. Because it's not a full size like Greyhound bus that runs regular. It's like more like a 15 passenger van that has been converted, so you have luxury seats, which are really nice. But you only got like a half dozen people in the thing. So they have to play with the schedule constantly, I think. And so it's just a matter of walking up and, asking for a ticket, and they'll say, "Okay, we got one leaving at this time." And you usually don't have to wait long. So, but I don't know how great an episode that would make. So, I guess I'll turn it over to you guys. What do you think about that sort of episode?
The luxury bus, not bus episode.
the getting from Danang to Hoi An. An episode where I do that, which would be, let's check the date. That would be on not Sunday. Yes, Sunday, not Sunday. Let me look at the month calendar. That is on Monday. So not this coming Monday, but the one after. I'll just be leaving the hotel in Danang and getting the bus down to Hoi An. I'll be seeing it to the new hotel, which, I mean, every episode that I'm in Hoi An, we're going to see the hotel. So that maybe should be a skip. There's no need to do that one, I guess.
Yeah, unless we want to make little jokes and stuff while you're riding, but you have to be quiet.
I don't think it's a quiet bus. I don't think it'll be a quiet bus.
It's definitely not a Scott and Erica talking kind of a bus either.
No,
they can't hear you, so it is if you want to.
Even though when you were in the museum, it still felt like they could hear us sometimes or something. And I'm like, and then you like barely even sneeze. And it's like, cha-cha, cha-cha, cha-cha.
I know. I had a cough there too. Unfortunately, because of the air here, it's not uncommon to have a cough. And I'm not as good about wearing a mask when I'm on the motorbike as I should be. But I get a cough a lot. Probably not good for my lungs.
That smog.
Yeah, which maybe with the origin of this too. I'm not real sure. All right, so I think just that one episode, and it would be nice if we had extra time, we could do little food episodes and in the evening. But I think I'm going to have to take the evenings to rest because we're going to have the big full day episodes. So I guess just that one. Episode, departure day, and packing for the trip, and then seeing the train. Oh, there's arrival in Danang. If we wanted to do an episode there, we could just start it slightly before I'm scheduled to get into the station in Danang, and we could show getting to the hotel. What do you think about that?
Yes. Is this where you got the pretty hotel?
Let's see. I don't remember. Gosh, I'm not even sure I can tell you. Your booking is confirmed in Danang. Let's see. Let me. Can I click on this? Star City Riverside Hotel. That's great. Now, can I see it? Machine. This is the one we booked through Agoda. And I'll do the sharing. Okay. I want to look at this hotel. Will you show me, please? All right, see all photos. This, yes, so this is the one we got. Well, not the fastest internet today.
Oh, that's right. It's Star City. You might run into the Green Arrow.
That's right.
Actually, no, you won't, because spoilers ahead. He dies and like goes into some other death dimension with Felicity Smoke. Because
wait, he went into a death dimension.
It's like some place where they could be dead together or something. And she decides to die with him so she could be with him at the end. I was like, okay, whatever. They'd already jumped like 50 sharks before that, so I was like, that's fine. I just wanted to wrap it up too. That I agree.
We also wanted you to wrap this shit up, so yeah, I think it looks nice.
It does.
Ah.
I like all the pretty lights outside. You've got to go outside somewhere so we can see pretty lights from somewhere and be like, look at that. It's just like the pictures.
It's just like the pictures.
It's
well,
just
we
like
will.
in my encyclopedias.
It's just like in my encyclopedias. Here's what we are about to do.
Remember encyclopedias?
Yes, I love them.
Okay, so take a look at the screen. We're on the left side here. This is their default setting. Well, do you like this one better or the one I did? This one.
What was the default?
I can't go back to it.
Well, I like this anyway because I feel like the other makes me want to look up in the upper left or something.
Yeah.
I'm left enough.
Left enough. All right, well, let's get to planning. That was all the chatting I wanted to do to whatever thoughts you guys have on doing extra episodes. I don't say extra, but like full day tour episodes. I'm down for hearing that. Any thoughts you have on it? Okay, Danang. I'm trying to pull up the itinerary that I had picked out, but really I just want to go through and look at them. What site would you like for me to pull up the sites on the tourist sites? Do you guys have a preferred? I mean, I'm not asking for a tourism specific site. Like, do you prefer to look at Google Maps, Wikipedia?
I don't mind Wikipedia, and I'm not doing some scholarly thing. Even when I do, I'll look down in their little references on Wikipedia and go to those and still get it hooked on up.
Well, Wikipedia is good for info. You never want to cite Wikipedia because they give you where they got their source. So you want to go to their source if you're citing it, in a scholarly paper. Right.
That's what I do. I go through it to look for the sources. I'm like, okay. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be like Batman was president. Obviously, that if someone added that, I, kind of can glean that that's incorrect. But also,
Wait, Batman's the president? I knew it.
Yeah. That'll be on Fox News. They'll have Batman sniffing people, and then that's all they can ever talk about because they don't really have anything to say about him. That's just what they do about. Oh yeah, that's all they do is talk about Joe Biden sniffing people and also Sleepy Joe. And I'm like, your guy is grody and has
Your
actually
guy is
admitted to
grody.
sexually assaulting someone, but go for it. Also, talking about Hunter Biden sniffing at the Cokey Coke, that just makes him sound cool. Sorry. If I was Hunter Biden, I guess I'd be going all out too. There's a really funny picture of him too, with some like two women, and I think there's a Pokemon in the background. Like there's like I think it's Squirtle. I don't know, or is it Charizard? Or no, Charmander. Charmander.
It
Anyway.
definitely should be Squirtle, though.
All right. Now I gotta find the picture.
Okay. Let's switch to
It should be Squirtle.
Zuitan. Zuitan. Okay, I see it. Zuitan. But the question is, what is a Zuitan? Well, it's not the airport. You've definitely misguided me, Google. I put in an address. Okay, so the place I'm looking for is the 5th Military Division Museum of Danang. But
I have 5.
I don't think it's the 5th museum. I think it's the 5th division.
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood. So that's a lot of military history going on there.
Museum.
We had to have 5+ museums.
5+. I like that you reserved the possibility that they have even more. Well,
sure. I mean, I don't know that they don't.
They didn't. You don't know that they stopped at the 5th.
No. History keeps marching,
History keeps marching on. So the only thing that's coming up is the Ho Chi Minh Museum. This is actually good for showing people how, researching sites and stuff, because sometimes it's really hard, especially when you're looking at stuff that's not from the English-speaking world, not from the United States. Sometimes the online presence is not quite as strong. Danang Museum. Okay, that's great, but that's not what I was looking for. I only have one picture. I've got an address, but the address isn't pulling anything up either. Oh no, because I don't have a number address. It's just Zuitan, which is just a district, or I don't know if it's called a district, neighborhood district, something along those lines. Well, all right, so we're going to try and see that, but we have no information on it.
Who are the people in your assigned district?
Your assigned district.
They're the people you are legally obligated to talk to every day.
Talk to every day. Well, so it looks like a great museum, but this is. See, I hate that I can't find it. I think it's probably in here. It's just under another name, like the words of Vietnamese, for example. That's a good reason why you can't find things. But it's not even in Wikipedia, and that's. Let's just go to Danang. Here, let's go back to Wikipedia.
I wonder if it's also named Martha, just like Batman's and Superman's mothers. And then when he finds out, Batman says, "Why did you say that name?"
That was sick.
Because, Batman is also the president. So,
and also Batman president.
I heard that from a reliable source online.
There's only one museum in Danang, apparently. It's the Museum of Cham Sculpture.
I wish it was the Museum of Clam Sculpture.
Clam sculpture?
Yeah. That'd be something to see.
Are those sculptures made of clams or sculptures made by clams?
Perhaps both. I've never been there.
I haven't seen the museum.
Is that like bowling for soup? Like, are they bowling for soup or for soup? You know what I mean? Like,
Like, did Soup command them to bowl, or
Right. Are they trying to win some?
Soup the prize? I don't know. I wish Soup would command them to bowl. I feel like if my Soup ever talks to me, it will be definitely telling me to bowl. Well, I don't like I don't like defeat, but I also don't like the long dead space in stream. So we're just gonna move on. I'm gonna put the 5th Military Museum. The info I had on it is that it's open. Saturdays and Sundays. Wait, only Saturdays and Sundays? No wonder it's not listed. What day am I getting there? Let's go back to my schedule. I've got this calendar that I'm using. I don't use for anything else, so it's good for planning this because you can see what's going on. So I'm leaving here on Tuesday night after school. I'll be getting there Wednesday, February 7th at almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So my first day of touring will be Thursday, and it looks like, actually, I can put this information in. Hang on. Thursday the 8th. Okay. So on Thursday the 8th, I'm gonna add my trip. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my secret weapon site here, it's not a big famous site. It's not perfect. It's called Visit a City. And it just has a great itinerary planning tool. So you look here on the left side of the screen, you got all your days listed. I was trying to avoid showing this because I was going to make it look like I was just so good at this. But you got your days listed on the left. And you've got all of this little stuff that you can do. And there's one button here called trip dates. You can put in your trip dates. We're going to get there. Our first day of touring will be on the 8th. And click that, and it should pop up with a warning if you have any. Oh my God, the guide was created. Yay. I have the app, so don't worry about it. Right. It should pop up and show you anything that doesn't fit in. Like where the opening times. Oh, okay.
Sorry. Crap. Something just flew across here. Hold on a second.
Okay. So it's flagged 2 things: Asia Park and Marble Mountains on days 2 and 4, where the opening times don't fit when I plan to go there. So I guess that's something to look at. But actually, this one doesn't either. This one says Saturday and Sunday, 7:30 to, and I'm planning to go there on a Thursday. I wonder if I should just take that out.
So that was a gigantic spider, not one of my friendly spiders that I like to love on in here. You know, my cellar spiders that are my good guys. It was a big fat one that flew across and fell onto me and crawled across my shoulder and was like, ah! And so I had to flip it off of my shirt, and it ran into the laundry area. Okay, there we go. That sucked.
Maybe it had some laundry to do.
I wish it would do my laundry.
The laundry doing spider.
I'm your new roommate.
So here's where I want some input from you guys. I can't find any information on this 5th Military Museum. It's, I think, the only military thing that there is in Danang, so I was trying to include it, but because Danang is just not that kind of a vacation. But I can't find any information on it. It's not in Wikipedia. It's not on Google Maps. If it's not on Google Maps, it's going to be hard to find. Period. It's just not
maybe
it's
a secret military installation.
I mean, if it's that secret, well, maybe I should take it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do that. Let's remove it.
It sounds scary.
Sorry, 5th Military Museum, but finding information on it is a good thing, but just finding it is kind of essential. Phap Lam Pagoda. Okay, this one looks fine. Times a day. Oh, you know what? We've got our hotel. I've got my hotel booked. We need to do the other thing. Star City Riverside Hotel by Haviland. Let's copy that. Add my hotel. Yeah. Add to itinerary. Okay, very good. Okay, so Faplam vote is now at 9:50. So it puts in your hotel so you can, plan on how long it'll take to get places. There's another thing too. It lets you. Right. There's some details you could. Oh, hello. No. What the hell just happened to us? Okay, good. It's got me 20 minutes by public transport. I guess that makes sense. More options. Add a day, remove a day, day order. Itinerary settings. I think that's what we want. Okay. So here's another thing it lets you do. If walking takes more than 30 minutes, use public transport. 30 minutes? We're not walking for 30 minutes on the show. What's the maximum amount of time that we will walk? My capacity for walking is higher than my attention span, than my my willingness to watch someone do it on a video. So what's the maximum amount we can walk and chat between sites before we say, we've got to get a quicker way there? Any thoughts?
15 minutes isn't bad.
I said 10.
10?
Yeah.
You could cut it and say 12. That'd be like a stickler for it.
Just
You would have
watch
said 12.
somebody walk. I mean, I don't know, 5?
Yeah. You would say 5. Okay.
I would say 5 for me. But,
Okay.
I mean, I'm a simple soul.
And it all depends on what's around you and everything, too. Like, if you saw me walking for any amount of time out here, all you're seeing is trees.
Well, I mean, it has to be worth calling the bike to come get me too, because that takes a few minutes to do that. So I mean, I think I would push it up to 10. Because I agree, if even 5 minutes is kind of a long time to just watch someone walk, Scott. But we're at the very least we're going to be watching. They're going to be watching me wait on a bike to get there. So if the bike takes 5 minutes, then I might as well just walk. So I'd say. That's why I said walking should be 10 minutes, because I can walk for an hour. That's fine, but I don't think people want to actually watch that. But here's the other thing. After that, I think we have to switch to a car. The only choices are public transport or a car, but a car is going to more closely approximate what it would take, what it would be like to time wise to get a bike to come pick me up. So I'm going to click car, and I can imagine switching that for other destinations, but Danang doesn't have a metro system or anything, so I'm going to keep it in U.S. dollars. There's no one place that watches us more, so we're just going to keep it in dollars. That's a pretty standard international amount. If we suddenly got a great viewership in Europe, then we'd switch to euros. But for now, we'll just stick with this. All right, first stop. Oh, there we go. Look at that. It's only a 5-minute ride in that case. To Phap Lam Pagoda. Okay. Looks like the times are fine on that. Okay. Phap Lam Pagoda. Let's Lam Pagoda. Okay. Colorful temple featuring characteristic craftsmanship and a large golden sitting Buddha statue.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, there's the Buddha. All right, that looks good.
That's not gold.
Did you say gold?
Yeah,
Large golden sitting Buddha statue. Well,
that definitely didn't look gold.
entrance is free. That's good.
Maybe the gold is inside, like
In your
Right,
heart.
that's just the entry Buddha.
let's see.
Oh yeah, there
Oh,
we
there,
go.
Oh,
oh,
there it
okay,
is.
there it
Yeah.
is. I was gonna say maybe the gold was inside the stone one, like a creamy nougat.
Inside the stone with it. It's inside the building, but I would put the stone inside the gold because nougat is white.
Nougat Buddha.
Also,
Buddha nougat.
now that you've mentioned that, I plan on eating this Buddha. All right, 1025. Yes,
If I
this one
eat the
looks
Buddha
like
statue, I'll gain the Buddha's wisdom, right?
that's how it works. Danang Cathedral. I'm just checking all these because I want to make sure that they're real places. Danang Cathedral. Okay. All right. It's real. We can find it. Han Market. The big river there is called the Han. Oh, here's a question. Should I do like I did before and like plan on a time to stop and eat throughout the day? Or should I just grab food as I go? Because like if I'm in a market area like this, I can probably eat plenty by just, swooping through and grabbing up some street food or something.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have street food. You wouldn't even have to plan.
Because I'm there
there's
for an
lots
hour
of food.
anyway. Yeah. Okay. Han Market. Let's make sure we can find the Han Market. Okay, good. Too bad you can't do it like a play. Scroll through the photos here. Okay. All right. Anyway, that's good. Han River Bridge. This is like the middle of the day then. There's several bridges over the Han River that are famous for different reasons. I'm not sure why that one's famous. It's special. The Danang Museum. Now that one came up a minute ago. I was looking for that other museum. So, and like a lot of things you'll find in East Asia in general, it closes in the middle of the day between 11:30 and 1:30. So I'm actually going to need to switch. I'm going to need to switch this to another time of day. Go back to here. So we're fine for the bridge and the market. Those don't have special times, but the things close in the middle of the day, 11:30 to 1:30. They're closed for lunch. Okay, change order. We need it to be after. Oh, this is the last thing of the day. Shoot. I wonder if I can pop it up before. Let's move it here and see how that changes the times. Just need to be okay. Han River Bridge. No, 12:20 is not early enough. Might need to just move it to the beginning of the day. Let's look at the map. Yes, we've got the museum here. It's already out of place, really. We're starting here at 9:30, and then we're going all the way over here. And then we were going to go doop, 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 and then doop. But we could leave from the hotel and go over to the museum first. And then down here, and that would still pretty much have give us the rest of the day. Although why the bridge is even on the list is beyond me. You were talking about wanting to see the nighttime, like the river at night. we'd have to come on a different time probably. Like this day is going to be done by 2:00. All right, let's put the
Oh.
Danang. Let's change the order. The Danang Museum at the beginning of the day. Oops, not before the hotel, because I probably want to sleep at the hotel. Wake up there. Okay. All right, so wake up, head out to Danang Museum. What time is it open? Okay, it's definitely open by then. Then to the pagoda. That's perfect. Okay, good. That's another one that closes in the middle of the day. You know, you do all this to make sure you get there at the right time, and then you get there and find out that the the people who run the place are like, nah, we're just going to shut it down early. I don't know if you remember, there was one temple we went to in the historic district in Hanoi, and I had gone out of my way to make sure it was going to be open while we were there. And we walked in and we toured around and we thought it fine. It was, they didn't rush us out the door immediately, but before we were done, the guy was like, yep, we're done with being open today. Get out. Goodbye. Okay, great. Okay. Cathedral. Market has it does have specific opening times, but it's pretty much all day. And then we'll see the bridge. So we could. So what did you think about going back and like after the stream and going back later in the day and showing them the river?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it'll take a half hour to see the bridge, but maybe there's some stuff around the edge of the bridge. I don't know. Maybe it could take a half hour to cross it if we want to walk across.
Especially if there's a lot of people because it's a holiday.
Yeah. Okay. On to day 2. Something called Bana Hills. Now, I was under the impression this was an old French resort, and I think there was one there. But now that I've done, we'll see now. But now that I've done a little more research, it looks like it's an amusement park. But here's the thing about Bana Hills. It's way outside the city. Well, maybe way is an exaggeration. So, okay, if we start our day from the hotel at 9:30 in the morning, it takes 34 minutes to get there by car. So this is where I need you guys to be honest about the viability of doing more than a few minutes on the back of a bike. What should I try and start that day's episode at the hotel, or should we just wait till we're at the hills, at the site? Because otherwise, it's going to be start the episode. Hi, how you doing? Here's our plans for the day. Now let's call a bike, and then the bike comes to the hotel. I hop on, and for the next 35 minutes, it's just wind noise and you guys trying to chat with each other.
Right.
About
that's a long bike ride too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've had to take them before, so it's not too bad. But that one, maybe I should try to do it by bus. Maybe I should find the bus. Get the bus up there. But either way, the buses don't make for great episode time either. So should we just start at like 10 on that day when I get to the hills?
Yeah, because you don't want to be on any transportation for 30-something minutes talking.
No. Okay. All right.
Because it'd be like, huh? What?
Yeah. It'll be the entire time, which we've done before, and it didn't. It's one of those things you learn not to try not to do it. All right. Very good, though. That should be interesting. Again, I'm a little uncertain of what we're going to find there. I can see how this picture is an amusement park. I get that. But let's see. It says tourist attraction. Got admission. I mean, I think it is a tourist. I think it is an amusement park. But it it definitely seems like a different kind of amusement park. So it should be interesting either way. Actually, I'm going to zoom out. Oh, sorry. Let me bring up the map. I'm going to zoom out and show you where Bonai Hills is. Fantasy Park, Lunar Castle. Yeah, definitely sounds like an amusement park. So it's not too far outside the city. Here's Danang over here on the right. So yeah, but it's the interesting thing is it's an amusement park that's at a beach destination, but the amusement park is located up in the mountains because the temperature is a lot more comfortable up there. We're not going at a particularly hot time of year, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, moving on. Let's see. This is day 2 is all amusement parks. Asia Park. Let's see the times here. I'm supposed to get there at 2:45, but it says it doesn't open until 3. Amusement park, but it doesn't open until afternoon. I think this is like a beach amusement park, so afternoon and evening is when they get their most busyness. But I don't think I'm going to change. I don't think it's necessary to change the time on that. That just gives us 15 minutes to let's find out where it is. I could certainly just hang out somewhere and grab a bite to eat before we go in, because the food is going to be more expensive inside the park. Okay, interesting location. I feel like we could find something to eat not too far from that. Let me see if this street. No. Okay, that street's not going to do it. Come on. Let's Google. Oh, sorry. Sometimes I forget to click share the screen. Oh, this doesn't look like a very food-centric street. Oh. Well, maybe that's a time to kill some time somewhere before we get there. Let's remember, before we go to Asia Park, to stop and eat. And shoot, it would be really nice to use this. We could put it. I could add in a break. Let's add a break. It doesn't open until 3. Not after Asia Park, before Asia Park. Add a break here. Yes. Just need to add a break in for really just 15 minutes. Yes, that'll be fine. Okay, let's do that. Then we'll get to Asia Park. Good. At 3 p.m. Very nice. Spend quite a lot of time there. And then in the evening, go see Chantilly Lee Bridge. Well, this will be a nighttime bridge. The sun will be down by 6:15. Oh, shoot. I didn't share it again, guys. You got to tell me when I don't click share. I'm all talking about it. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this. That's the bridge. Very lovely. Okay, moving on. Go back to the hotel. Day 3. Going on to day 3. Okay, Museum of Cham Sculpture. I wonder if there's a great YouTube video we can watch. I've got to go. Let's see. Did I ever put a video in here? No. You guys, hold on just a second. I really want to show you something while I go to the restroom.
I don't want to see that.
I didn't say I wanted to show you me going to the restroom. I want you to watch a video while I go do something.
Oh, that's better.
Oh, by the way, it was Squirtle with Hunter Biden. I just wanted.
I could just
Thank
mark me
goodness.
off. Do you guys want to just chat while I go excuse myself? I'm just telling you, I need to get an advertisement style video to play while I.
Or the let's go out to the lobby and buy ourselves a snack. Except for I'll just go to my kitchen and get me some cookie dough because I'm an adult and I can eat cookie dough whenever I want now.
I'm gonna remove myself. You guys chat, entertain yourselves.
Okay. I'm sending you the picture, Scott.
I think I've seen it before.
I could have sworn. Well, it's not the whole picture anyway. It was just. I like how Squirtle is not looking at least towards the bed anyway. But
you don't want to see that either.
I'm like, they're saying this like it's a bad thing that he's having a threesome and there's a Squirtle in the room. I was like, that's just hilarious.
I mean, I'm not gonna kink shame him.
Well, it's not yuck his yums. That's a bad way of putting it when he's in there with it. I don't know who it is. There's like constant pictures of him all over the place with ladies in different rooms and various states of undress.
Wow.
I know. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
I mean, yeah, it's you're kind of just making him sound awesome. I don't know what to say.
I know. People. Like, can you believe this? They clutch their pearls for that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And Hunter's like, I got a pearl necklace for ya.
Oh.
No, but yeah, Squirtle it's a gigantic Squirtle. That's what makes it hilarious. Actually, his face and the big Squirtle is what makes it funny. But yeah, it's like blocked out the person anyway. Or the people. There's two women. Go, Hunter. Here. I'm sending it on Facebook.
It's also hilarious that they're like, why won't he just come testify before Congress? And he just like randomly shows up some days and they're like, oh, we didn't mean in public.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, they want him to testify behind closed doors.
But okay, can you hear me?
And he's like, I'll be glad to testify in public. And they're like, no.
No, we want to make up accounts of this.
That's right. But what if we want to make stuff up, Hunter Biden?
Like you got into the room and you're like, hey man, we've got enough for everyone. And he puts out lines for everyone as if anyone's going to share their coke like that. Oh, I can. I thought I heard you. I thought I heard something. I was like, what was that?
I think if you start with one microphone, it won't let you switch to another one, or you have to go in and manually switch it. Anyway, okay. Sorry, guys. This is going to go much better now. I'm relaxed. Okay, so now we're leaving the hotel on day 3. We're going to the Museum of Chime Sculpture at 9:35. That seems to work out just fine. Let's keep checking to make sure we can actually find these places. Museum of Chime Sculpture. Okay, all right. Looks like that's in a good location. I did not share that, but it was a quick check on Google Maps. The Dragon Bridge. This one looks cool.
That is cool.
And it's right next to the museum. That'll be one to try and see at night, too. I'm going to share this tab because the pictures of the Dragon Bridge look really cool. Oh, that's so the tail.
Pretty.
That's a Danang sculpture, but it looks like the one in Singapore. Similar. Exactly. Yeah, it's not quite as I don't know. It's not as impressive in the daytime, but we'll be there in the day.
It still looks cool.
It does look cool, yeah. I think it's fairly new too. It's not not that it's like an ancient bridge. Giant metal dragon bridge.
It was built by an elder race.
Vietnamese people.
Oh.
But contemporary, not not ancient. And
okay.
Let's see the beaches. You can go anytime. That's a good time.
Kind of the facts kind of ruin the mystery here, huh? I don't know.
They do. I mean, I guess that's by definition. If you have the facts, there's no mystery. All right,
Curse
this
you,
is one of the main
science.
beaches. Curse you, science. This is going to be an interesting one to do. I'm not sure what to do while we're there, though. I mean, I want to spend a lot of time at Sông Trà because it's a big area. But we're going to talk about this one because Sông Trà, because it's a peninsula. So, but it's like a big natural area. Yeah.
Peninsulas generally are.
Peninsulas?
I mean, there's no man-made peninsulas.
I don't know that that's true.
Oh, well. You know what? I tried on that joke, and it just didn't work out. And
all right. Well, you gave it your all. I appreciate that.
They don't all hit. Sometimes.
No, that's all right. Though. Put forth the effort. It's not just that it's naturally occurring, but I don't want to say preserve. I'm not sure how preserved it is, but to be this close in a city, am I sharing this? Okay, excellent. This area of town, I mean, it's right there in the next to the city, and it's fairly well preserved. But there's lots of stuff there, and I'm not sure the best way to see it. I need to keep this in mind. Lively Sông Trà is home to Mantai Beach, popular for strolls where fishermen using basket boats bring in the day's catch. On Sông Trà Mountain, tree-covered Ban Ko Peak offers city and sea views, and Tra Linh Ung Buddhist Temple has a large goddess statue. Home-style eateries specialize in seafood, and street vendors offer noodles and pancakes. Waterfront beer bars and jazz clubs have a modern upscale vibe. Well, that's all very cool and interesting. Let's look at some pictures to get an idea of. Is this just one picture? Okay. To get an idea of what's there, because I guess I had it in my head as a completely preserved, no human structures type area, and that may be more than what that may not be exactly what it is. So you've got a road that runs around the edge of the peninsula like this. But you've also got developed areas, such as these pictures I'm showing you right now. Temples and pagodas. Let's watch somebody. Yeah. Okay, well, so there's not much there. Limited. Sidewalks and roads. Okay. Oh, that's a nice picture. It looks like it's big enough too. Like we're going to have an idea of exactly where we want to go to.
It's so pretty there, though. I love it.
Maybe look at that. Nice picture. That's a real nice picture. Good views of the city from there. Okay. All right. So,
hey,
and
what
also
was that one back there? The other one where it had the statue.
Statue.
There was
You mean the? I don't know where that was. $600 a night at the Intercontinental. Sorry.
Wolf.
Let's go and see this kind of stuff.
Lord.
Sun Dune Cave. Okay, so there's a cave you can, I guess, maybe hike to it. And I feel like we don't want to get into too in depth into the hiking, even though we'll be spending a large part of the day there. It would really be good to. This is one where where does this fall on the day? Let's go back to our planning day. This is 2:00. So what I would really like to do after we go to the beach is to find someone who can like just rent a um, not rent a bike, but like hire a bike and driver for a time period rather than just one trip, which I think you can do through Grab. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to just try and remember to look that up. And then there's one particular pagoda too that we want to see on the island, on the peninsula. I say island because it kind of feels like an island. Yeah, because there's little stuff. You see, there's stuff like little beaches and lighthouses and mountains, and this is not really a walking. I don't think this whole area is a walkable deal. Okay, so this is
like
Black
it's like
Rock
you
Beach.
get on a bike or like a car,
Well,
taxi bike thing.
Yeah, like so you just hire the taxi. Okay, that would be a 4 hour and 20-minute walk to walk across the entire thing. So that's more than what we are willing to walk. I don't want to walk for 4 hours and 20 minutes in the stream. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is just look into the hiring by the hour, hiring the bike by the hour, and just seeing if a Grab driver will just take us all over. I mean, alternately, I should have time to talk to somebody at the hotel and see if they know like what it would cost to just get a driver. But not, I don't want to do an all day thing either. Usually they're like, oh, you can do the whole day for whatever. I don't want to do the whole day. I mean, it's only maybe 3.5 hours total that we want to be there. But I'm gonna have to wait till we get there for that. So I guess this tentative marker of Sontra Peninsula. Oh, let me go back to sharing. Sorry, of Sontra Peninsula. We're just going to leave it at that and say we're going to explore that during this time, and in the afternoon we're going to explore this area of town, and we'll figure out the details of how we can make that happen after we get there. Because probably it's easiest to hire somebody through the hotel. Alternately, I can just explore the Grab app because it seems like I've seen that a few times in there. But of course, I've never been to Danang, so I don't know that they do it in Danang. The ride-sharing companies have slightly ride-hailing companies. They have slightly different offerings, each city you go to. All right, and beautiful pagoda. Let's go ahead and look at where that is. Lin Ung Pagoda. We've seen what we were looking at here before on Google Maps. Lin Ung is just right here in the south. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. It looks like a lovely pagoda, so we're gonna make sure we hit that. That's the only must-do site on the peninsula. This was some of the other pictures too. But the rest of the peninsula is, of course, the main site. The main thing to be there for is just to see all that stuff. Why is this purple? Weird. Okay. All right, back to planning Black Tar thing that we're doing. That's an all-day thing, and there's no real open time for that. All right, so last day of Danang. Oh, Mison Sanctuary, yes. This is another one where we're gonna have to start later than our. We're not gonna do the whole thing straight from the hotel because it's a 45-minute ride out to Mison. Do you guys? Are you familiar with this, Mison? This is maybe one worth looking up on Wikipedia.
I am not.
It's a famous site from the Vietnam War, but it's also just a big famous site. I don't think anything you go to see there has. I don't think they promote the, history of the Vietnam War while they were the American War while at that site. But you may have heard of it from war movies and things like that. It's a Well, Wikipedia is great, but let's just look at the pictures. That's what we really want to do. All the information is great, but show me pictures. So it's a historic site. It's an ancient temple, or ancient, I guess I can say temple. It may be more than a temple. Just cool.
Oh wow!
I would say this is one of the more famous sites in Vietnam. Let's see. My Son is a cluster of abandoned and partially ruined Shiva Hindu temples in central Vietnam. Now, you know these have to be old because Hinduism is no longer present in Vietnam. You know, just a tiny fraction of people would actually still worship Hinduism. In central Vietnam, constructed between the 4th and 14th centuries by the kings of Champa. Okay, this is why. This is not Vietnamese. This is Champa. So this is the kingdom that was in southern Vietnam prior to the arrival of or the conquering of the Viet people. Get some more details on that. An Indianized kingdom of the Cham people. The temples are dedicated to the veneration of God in accordance with Shaivism, wherein God is named Shiva, or the auspicious one. In this particular complex, he is venerated under various local names, the most important of which is Bhadreshvara. Bhadreshvara. Okay. All right, so it's a famous site. I got to be honest, I didn't know much about it. I now know infinitely more about it than I knew before. I just knew it was an ancient temple site.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So that one should be a good one to see. And let's get a location on it. My Son Sanctuary. Oh, share this tab. Share it. Share it on that. Okay, well, let's not walk. Let's take a car then. All right, very good. Oh, that says an hour and 11 minutes. The other one said 45 minutes. All right, either way, it's outside the city, so it's another day starting outside the city, but definitely a site worth traveling for. Okay, they have some very specific times in here. What day? This will be day 4. That will be, scroll up, 11th of February. I don't know what day 11th of February is. 11th of February is a Sunday. Okay. Check the in here. Sunday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. All right. Done that. Good. Great. I think that would be a really cool one to see.
Yeah, it looks really neat.
All right. And then back into town. That will be a long trip. That's after we see this, we'll be on the bus for a minute coming back into town. But we can chat on the way. I mean, I feel like there'd be some good scenery on the way too. Maybe I'll get fooled, but could be something to look at. Nun Nook Beach. Let's see. Which one is Nun Nook Beach? Okay, Nun Nook. Just slightly south of the other beach we were looking at. This Danang is mostly famous for beaches. That is mostly what people go for. Just to warn you. And then I guess there's a pagoda there too. Look. Ooh. There it is. Okay. Fairly easy. And then this is another famous site. One of the famous places that Danang is. The reasons people come to Danang. Marble Mountain. Siskiyou County. Oh, Marble Mountain's not in California. Marble Mountain. Danang. Oh, fine. You got Marble Mountains, Vietnam. Very good. All right, Marble Mountains. The cluster of 5 marble and limestone hills located in Ngu Han Son district south of Da Nang City in Vietnam. The 5 mountains are named after the 5 elements: metal, water, wood, fire, and earth.
Oh.
Yeah, they're nice. However,
It's another dragon.
lots of Buddhas. And okay, that one looks lovely. Let's get a location on that. Oh, it's right here next to. Okay, so when we go to when we go to do this, the beach and the pagoda, Marble Mountains are right there. And we will want to go to the ticket booth. Okay, great. So that one looks easy. Times. We should get there about 3:30 on, what did we say it was? Sunday?
The 11th is Sunday, yeah.
Okay, so that could be a problem. Sunday they close at 5. We get there at 3:30. We really want to have more time there. All right, let's come back here. Is that the last thing? Yes, it's the last thing that day. Let's go back to the map and see how we can rearrange things. Yep, Marble Mountains closes at 5. I think we still want to do Misan in the morning. But if we switch Marble Mountains to before we go, if we do them in the reverse order and do Marble Mountains, pagoda, and then beach. Let's see.
Also, Misan in the morning sounds like a great radio program for your drive into work.
Misan in the morning, yeah. That would do it. Okay, so what do we say? This and then beach. I think kind of like the idea of going to the beach last anyway, because that's the relaxing thing. Get done with all your. Oh. Okay, there we go. Marble Mountains. Very good. Misan, Marble Mountains, Nong Nook, and Nong Beach. Nong Nook Beach. Nong Nook Pagoda, and then Nong Nook Beach. All right, I like this. Very nice. That finishes our layout for Danang. Scott, are you still with me, or are you checking out?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay. No, I'm just asking if you're. It's 10 p.m. there, right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, all right, great. All right, so we planned our 4 days in Danang. That went nice and nice. All right, let's start a new plan because we still got one more destination here.
It didn't just go nice. It went noise.
Noise. All right.
That's how the kids
We wanna
said it
spend-
like 7 years ago, I guess.
7 years ago. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I remember one of my friends was saying that in in Chenzhou when I first got there, one of the co-teachers, and they are very young people. All right, here we go. 2 days. So they give different kinds of itineraries, and I just want to spoil the surprise here. I always go for the super packed itinerary. Now, I haven't heard from Erica in a minute. I think she stepped away. Is that correct? That she
I couldn't
must
tell
be
you.
feeling. Let me come back.
Hi, I'm stupid, and I still had it muted. I've been here the whole time. I've actually made commentary too. Oh my god! I just
Were
looked
you
and I'm like,
talking
no,
to
I'm here.
us?
Yes, but I mean, I was just saying, oh,
Oh.
that is pretty. I like that. That's pretty.
Well, I did notice
oh
you were
my
gone,
god.
but you said you were feeling a bit ill, and I thought you might have just stepped away from the microphone.
No, I ordered freaking Arby's. I was like, I'm not gonna let my body get me down. I'm gonna attack it some more.
You're gonna
Actually,
attack
Arby's
it?
doesn't make me sick. Arby's is fine if needed.
No, Arby's is good. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do this. And by the way, this visit a city site that I use so much, I find their itinerary planning thing to be very useful. And the way they make their money is through all these tours that they sell, and they're not bad ideas. So I mean, if you like one, I don't really do them, but I just like to get the free stuff, the free itinerary planning tool. That's all. That's what I use it for. But we've done these kinds of tours. We did a food tour here in Hanoi. Exactly this kind of stuff. So as you see it go by, it's good stuff. Go right ahead and do it if you enjoy that sort of thing.
Oh,
all right.
Now hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
The Arby's has probably arrived.
Good. I would like to save this. I know there's a way to do it. I just can't remember how. Or maybe it'll do it for me. Okay. Day one. Oh, we got to put in our trip date so we can check times. And we are going to get into Hoi An on Monday, but our 2 days will be the 13th and 14th, Tuesday and Wednesday, 13th and 14th. Okay, let me put that in. First day is that. Okay, congrats. Your Hoi An travel guide was created. Of course, I got the app already. All right, so it's flagging there are 2 issues. Fung Hung House closes on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Okay, so we got to readjust for that. And Hoi An Museum of History and Culture closes on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Okay, another one of our closed all day things, so that's good. Old Town, there's no specific. Oh, we got to put in a hotel too. I don't remember.
I'm gonna take my Hoi to the Old Town Road.
Well, that's good, I guess.
It's fine.
Now, it's fine. I gotta look and see what hotel I booked so we can put in a hotel here. But I don't remember. I think we booked it through booking.com. So I shall now look at that.
You were on the Agoda site, but I don't know when you found it, but I don't remember what you booked through.
Well, Agoda was the one we booked in Danang.
Oh.
Now we're 12th to the 15th. We're in Papa Villa. Yes, this is us. Okay, good. Wonderful. Papa Villa Homestay. Let's put that in here. Add my hotel. Papa Villa Homestay. Yeah, there you go. Easy as that. Okay, Popular Hoi An. Then we're gonna see the old town. That's the first thing you got to see because that's what Hoi An. That's the whole place is the old town. That's what you go there for. The town itself is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we shall tour that, or just walk around it. Kong Kong Temple. Okay, sounds believable. Let's see if we can find it. It's always good to check and see if you can. These things are actually on Google. Kong, how do you spell it? Temple. Kong.
Like check to see if they're real.
Well, yeah, or that there's going to be some way that I can find it when I get there because you're like, oh, I'll put this on the itinerary to do, and what a great idea. And then you get there and find out, oh, I don't actually know where this is, and it doesn't. If you don't find out beforehand, it's very difficult when you get there the day of to try and do the research. That's what. So that's what if you can just type it into Google Maps, then I got no problem. You're definitely going to be able to see it. So, and also, if you look here, it's Miu Kwang Kong. So they listed it as Kwang Kong Temple, but Google Maps lists it as Guandi Temple. Why the different names? Who knows? I don't. You'd have to know more about Vietnamese and Chinese languages because this is a Chinese pagoda than I do to figure out why the name changes. But when you see a connection like that, then you can go, oh, okay, that's what it is. And so then when you get there, you know to look for either of those two names. So there you go. That's in the old town. Easy peasy. Okay. Problems on time. Scrolling on down. Hoi An Central Market. I feel like that's one you almost don't even need to check. But I'm doing it anyway. Hoi An Central Market. Yes, easy to find. Central Food Hall Market, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and it's also like just physically, the market was probably used to be the biggest thing in town. So a historic town like this is easy to find it. All right, there we go.
I know it's in the name, but I would also assume it's pretty centrally located.
It is, but the town of Hoi An is so small that the whole town is central. I don't like you really walk like 2 or 3 minutes and you've crossed the town. So but it's central. It's in the middle of it. Fujian Assembly Hall. Let's see. Fujian Assembly Hall. I think these assembly halls have something to do with Confucianism. Ornate palace of worship. A place of worship, and it's a palace. Built for 17th century Chinese residents and dedicated to the sea goddess. Okie doke. But also, we're about to run into an issue. So I want to take a look and see this place. Okay, look. Yes, very good. Very nice. Looks lovely. All right, now back to the next thing. Make sure the times are right. Yes, we'll be fine. Fujian Assembly Hall. Okay, let's go back. It comes up as, okay, I typed in Fujian Assembly Hall and it comes up as Hoi Quan Fujian. But now we're going to try Fujian Assembly Hall. I don't want to just assume it's the same thing because they sound alike, but also, yeah, they're the same thing. Hoi Quan Fujian, same pictures. It's the same place. So they have it listed twice. And to just go with contemporary pinyin, I'm gonna delete this one. We don't need them both because they're both the same thing. Okay, but the Museum of Trade Ceramics is a different place. Yep, that looks fine. Again, oh, sorry, I didn't show you what I should. Museum of Trade Ceramics. Great. Yep, that one's easy. Oh, I just spelled it wrong when I typed it in. That's interesting. That's the new message when you've mistyped something. Okay. Yeah, that should be interesting. Okay, going back. Times are good. Next is the Tran Family Chapel. No problems there. Family Chapel. Just real quick, I'm going to switch back and forth. That does come up in Google Maps, so no problem there. Old House of Tanki. All right, no problem there. Old House. Old House. Ooh. Oh no, it took me to Kentucky. Good thinking, Google. Key. Because I'm having trouble again. Key, Hoi An. This might be one we can't find. We'll have to time key. I said key. Okay, so it's called. Let me go back and double check. Yeah, time key. I just misread it. Old House of Key. And that is again right in the middle of the historic district. This should be a place where it's really easy to get to and find most everything, because the old town is so small and 90% of what you're going to see is in the old town. Okay, that one's good. Got it. Cantonese Assembly Hall. Now they've got the same picture as the thing we had looked at before, right? But
it certainly looks very similar, yes.
Yeah, they're using the same.
Yeah, maybe a different angle, but yeah, it looks the same.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Cantonese Assembly Hall. Chinese Assembly Hall. Hoi An. Or okay, that's the same thing. Oh wait, no. Chinese Assembly Hall is over there. Cantonese Assembly Hall. This is it. But it actually is a different site when you go onto Google Maps and you see it's in a different place. So there's your first giveaway. And then you go and see their pictures. So they just used the wrong pictures on the Visit a City site. The pictures here look nothing like that. So we're good to leave that in, and we should just remember when we're there that the picture is wrong if it comes up. And I hope we get some of these sky colors. Lovely. All right, that all looks lovely. The time looks fine, 4:30, it's up until 6. Good. Japanese covered bridge, that's a big famous site there. No times for it, and I know where it's at, so we don't actually need to check that one. Fung Hung House, this is the one that said earlier it was, yeah. So they close at 6, and this is scheduling me to arrive at 6, so we need to change the order, which means we need to look at the map. Is this the last thing? Yes, the last thing that day. Okay. Zoom in down here. Pluses. Oh, are we looking at it? Yeah, okay. All right, so we're doing Old Town and then these 3 things. And I see why they put it at the end of the day. Just isn't going to work that way. Although if we're here already, we could put the, come on now, don't be doing that. How about the Cantonese Assembly Hall? When was its closing time? We could do the assembly hall last and just switch the Pung Hung House and the assembly hall. I guess the covered bridge. Yeah, so just move the assembly. Let's change the order. Move the assembly hall to the end of the day. Okay, that works. Okay, so we'll just do the bridge. Go over and do the bridge first, and then Pung Hung House, and then. Oh, we're spending half an hour from and then come back across and do the assembly hall.
Boom, boom house in the middle of the street.
Right. All right. Let's see. And last day of vacation. It's the 14th of February. Ambang Beach. Let's see where that's at. This is Hoi An is not a beach town, so it's worth it to figure out how far away this beach is. What's the name of the hotel? Do you remember?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
From town. Okay, so it's like a 10-minute ride. That's not too bad. 10 to 15. That one is that worth like doing a few minutes in the beginning of the show, or to get over there, or might be some things to see on the way. 10 minutes isn't too bad. Or should we just start at the beach?
10 minutes isn't too bad.
Okay. All right. All right, there we go then. Start the day there, and then they're using the same picture again. Look at that. They just love that picture.
Wow.
It is. Like,
that's not even. I mean,
no, this one's a pagoda.
Is it though?
I mean, it's not a picture of a pagoda, but it does say the word pagoda up there. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see where it is. Chuktan. Okay, maybe this is it. Chuktan Pagoda. Chua Chuktan. Okay. That seems like it. All right. Well, that looks lovely. I just need to figure out which one of these dots it is. Chua Chuktan. Okay, it's the blue one right here. So it's slightly outside of town. So this day 2 will be our outside of town stuff. So, okay. Do you want to look at pictures of it so we can see if it's an actual pagoda? It looks lovely, but now
that looks like a pagoda to me.
This looks like a pagoda?
Yes.
Oh, I thought a pagoda was a tower. Am I wrong on this? I think. No. Oh, okay. Here's the pagoda part. Well, I don't know. Are those tall enough to be pagodas? I think those are tombs. I think one thing is in Vietnamese, I don't think they distinguish between the temples that have towers and the temples that don't. So they use the same word. Go ahead.
It's a style of building. It's not a type of building.
Okay.
It says the pagoda is an Asian tiered tower with multiple eaves.
Right. Okay, but it is. So when we use the term in English, we're talking about a tower. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, all the pictures that have come up. Yeah. Or
Okay. They're all towers. Or,
more or less, yeah.
okay, so in Vietnamese, you just see the word chua, Chua, and they use that whenever it's a temple. It doesn't matter if there's a tower or not. So I think in English, when they do the translation, it comes out pagoda a lot, even if there's not a tower. That's what I seem to recognize to be true.
That's my hot take.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're fine on that one. We can find the location. Seems to be a real place. Pottery Village, Tan Ha Pottery Village. It does not have a time listed, so it must be an open all the time sort of a thing, or we don't know the times. Let's make sure we can find it. There we go, Tan Ha Pottery Village. How far out is this? I'm not familiar with this sort of a thing. It's not too far out. This is An Hoi. Okay, this is it. So let's say directions from the city, which is say, let's just click. Clicking is easy and fun. Okay, 15 minutes again. So there'll be a little bit of riding around the countryside on this one, but no more than, I think 13 minutes is the longest ride we've got on that day, so that's not too bad. All right, fun. Great. Okay, Terracotta Park for all your terracotta needs.
For all your parking needs.
It could be that, yes. Terracotta. That's in Quebec. Google, what are you doing here?
I mean, it'd be interesting if you could get there from Vietnam through some sort of warp zone or wormhole. But
Or just a really good Grab driver. Wait. Yeah. Oh, and Terracotta Park. Back to that. All right. So it's basically the same place the village was. They're probably together as part of the same thing, or possibly the same thing. Park was traditional Vietnamese pottery made of terracotta, including modeled iconic buildings. Are these two different things? So here's something we need to figure out. Are these actually two? In Tan Ha Pottery Village, there's the most spectacular. Okay, so this is actually part of the Pottery Village. We'll go to the Pottery Village and tour around and then see the park, Terracotta Park. That's got to be it. Oh, and the Museum of History and Culture. Well, I'm going to do that. Okay. All right. Next one, Museum of History and Culture. 4 o'clock. Oh. We're going to need to rearrange this one a bit. Let's see. Where does it pop up? Oh, this is the one that shows. Okay. Day 2. Let's go to day 2. Day 2. Okay. All right. Starting from here and back to the pagoda, and then over here, and then to the Museum of History and Culture. Okay. So that one needs to be moved. I think the best thing to do would be to do beach and then back over to this pagoda and then pop down to the old city where we can do the Museum of History and then over to the Terracotta Park. So it needs to go before, change order, it needs to go before the Pottery Village. Museum of History and Culture. After the pagoda, before the Pottery Village. Okay, see if that works out. Now Terracotta Park is too late. You're too late. So we need to move it up. Let's just move it ahead of the Pottery Village. Obviously, we're going to get to the village first, but we can just make sure we do the park first thing as soon as we get there. Terracotta Park, Pottery Village. And then the night market. Okay, let's rearrange that. Lovely. I just love the way it flags it whenever you arrange it in the wrong order. It's like, no, you can't do that. Okay, and this is what we're doing, beach here, and then down over, and then over to the Pottery Village, and then back to the night market. The night market, I'm assuming, runs late. Okay.
You would hope so. I mean, given the name.
Actually, they don't. Places I've been in Asia, they don't run as late as you might think by the name night market, but they're usually well packed up by midnight. This one only runs till 10, but that's night, so it still qualifies. All right, very good. So we'll be there after dark, but not till 10 o'clock for sure. All right, that's a lovely way to end the vacation too. The night market. Scott, what did you think about this? What did you think about this episode planning? Oops, did I just mute myself?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, good. What do you think about this itinerary planning episode?
Well, I'm glad you got it done.
Well, let me put it differently. Do you think it was worth doing an episode for this? I feel like the transportation planning and the hotel search was something we got into and can talk about. And
yes, I think if you're somebody who's not done this before, especially seeing those tools and how they work too, like the websites you use, and obviously the tools they've got there for managing your time and that kind of thing. I think that's yeah. I would. In short, yes.
For this episode, you think it was? Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I didn't feel that way as we were doing it. I enjoy doing it. I love it. I'm all about planning the day and figuring out how to rearrange stuff so that you can see what you want to see.
I think it's the kind of thing that if you need to find that information, it'll be good. But it was not like a very edutainment sort of episode. But that's fine.
Well, okay. So let me put it more directly. Is it the sort of episode you think we should do again for future trips?
Because
I would say I felt better about the transport planning and the accommodation planning episodes. Those made sense to me.
I'm here. I've been here this whole time. I'm sorry. The animals are in here and it's really loud. And so I was like, I had to stay muted. And the Arby's did get dropped off, but then animals went freaking nuts. But yes, I think that this is good for people to see how you plan it, right? But if you do it, we could hit off on the high notes of all the stuff, right? And then you could, oh my God, they're hollering in the background. Just don't pay attention. They're like, I'm so hungry. We just ate 3 hours ago. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but then you could edit where you found stuff later. You know what I mean? And just chop it up and be like, I don't know. I like looking through all the stuff. So I'm not a good person to ask because I like looking at all this stuff.
I like looking through the stuff. I think for future, I will plan what we can do and like put all the planning into it ahead of time, and then we can actually spend the episode talking about the different sites rather than arranging the stuff. So less of a planning, more of a just looking at what we're going to see when we get there episode. Is that what you had in mind?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So this was a learning experience, so that's okay. That was good. All right, let's do that then. Next time, whatever our next trip is, I'll plan the stuff ahead of time so we'll know what we're going to be going out to see, and then we'll just look at the sites and talk about what they are. And I can send you the stuff too, so we can talk about them ahead of time. That would be good. Okay. All right. Well, live and learn. All right, that's okay. So we did our planning, but I still think. What do you agree with me on the transportation and accommodations episode? Because I think we had a lot more to talk about when we were looking at accommodations.
Oh yeah, because it's always nice to look at fruity stuff. Like look at your stuff that you're definitely going to get, but also look at the fruity. Be like, look at that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, part of the fun of picking a hotel is looking at stuff you can't afford, and I not just can't afford, but the stuff I wouldn't pay for if I had the money. But it's still fun to look at. Okay, well, thanks to both of you for sitting here with me on this. We learned something this episode. What have we learned?
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's true. We definitely learned things. I learned what a pagoda is.
That's an important thing to know.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, pagoda is the word that we adopted in English. I got to tell you, when I tried to use it in China, people didn't like it because it's of Japanese origin.
Oh.
Well, what did they say?
I mean, I think it's different according to what kind of tower it is, but a ta. But that's Chinese. They say it in Chinese.
Well, dang.
They would, when they're speaking English, they would just say tower.
Because they just absolutely won't say pagoda. Well, damn.
The first reaction was confusion. They were like, why do you say pagoda? And I'm like, well, that's just what we call an Asian tower. And they're like, well, it's just a tower.
They're like, they don't own the tower.
I mean, nobody said we won't say that because it's Japanese, but I was like, well, it comes from Japanese. And they're like, oh, well, it's just a tower.
Oh, wow.
Like, okay. Gotcha. But it is kind of silly because we use the term even for like Indian towers. We'll call them pagodas. And I'm like, really? That's a long ways from Japan. That's kind of weird. And it's also strange that we translate it differently because it's Asian. Like they're right. It is just a tower, and we already have a word for tower. So why do we call it a pagoda just because it's an Asian tower?
Because it sounds fun to say it. A pagoda.
We said a pagoda? What?
A pagoda. That's what I think of every time he says.
Every time I say pagoda.
Yeah.
I gotta get more
America's sweetheart. A pagoda.
I love him.
Pagoda is Asia's sweetheart.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Maybe.
But he's a lot more fun than Ape Pagoda.
He will just fling his poop at you.
What's the difference between him and regular pagodas? He's an ape, but he's not quite so big.
That's right. Okay. All right. Thanks again, guys. I'm gonna go because it's going time. Oh, we should talk about the next episode. Next thing we're gonna do is be packing stuff here, and I'm gonna set up a time for it. And this will be, like I said, another one where we just do it and see how it goes and see what we learn from it. So I don't know, but it seems fun to do a rushing to the train station episode. Hopefully, it won't be too much rush.
No other package outside.
But all right, thanks
Cool.
again, guys. I'll see you guys next week. And boy, it's coming up fast. I'm going to see if I can actually, I guess I don't have to have a video to play if I do need to take a break in the middle of the day and go to the restroom. I don't have to have a video to play. I can just do what I did today and remove myself from the stream, and you guys can chat while I'm gone. But maybe I'll get an intermission like thing to put up there just so if we all have to go for the moment, or if you guys aren't here and I have to go to the restroom, it'll say something on the screen. I don't know, but yeah, I've got work over the weekend, and then it's Monday, and I've got Monday to prepare for vacation, and well, most of Tuesday too. I shouldn't make it sound too dire.
Vacations are so much work.
They are, but they can be worth it if you put the work into them. They can be fun things.
Yep.
If they're not, then this channel is really misguided. All right, thanks again, guys. I'll talk to you next week. Good to talk to you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Arrivederci.
Dog in a dust, pants down.